No beer? Yeah, Stella.
Guys, before we start, you can just hold this up real quick.
Yeah.
So people that weren't. Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, guys. We got mics here. Raise your hands. Go ahead up front. Just identify yourself, please, for us.
Ovechkin Hernandez from WSA-9. You were 13 when Wayne set his record. It's been a long road. No one in this room will ever know what that's like to do what you just did. What was that moment like for you?
Be honest with you, when I was tying the record, I still can't believe it. And, you know, it was so emotional. It was so such a great night. But this is something crazy. And I just said it, I'm probably going to need a couple more days or maybe a couple weeks to realize what does it mean to be number one. But all I can say, I'm very proud. I'm very proud for it, myself. I'm very proud for my family, for all my teammates that helped me to reach that milestone, and for all my coaches. You know, it's huge. It's unbelievable, unbelievable moment, and you know, yeah, happy.
Hey, Alex, JP Finley with NBC4. Your teammates mentioned all the pressure that was on you during this chase. Do you feel any sense of relief or that there's a weight off your shoulders?
Yeah, finally, I'm not going to have those questions when you think you're going to break it. It's already done. So try to figure out what's the next question is going to be. But yeah, I think for me and for all the boys, you know. How I say it's fun time, you know. It's you can see how many people traveled from all over the world to see that moment. You know, yeah, it's special.
Tom?
Ovi over here. Two things. One quick one. Just Sorokin brought you the stick from the
yeah,
you had asked for?
I tell him right away. So I need that stick.
Did he give you anything? Did you give him anything back?
He don't ask me.
and then secondly, just the celebration there, the belly flop, was that planned or did you just it just
no?
happened?
Like ice was bad today, so I felt, and you know, I'm pretty sure it's a pretty cool moment. But yeah. It's cool.
Looked like you were in the fountain.
Huh?
Looked like you were in the fountain.
Yeah, almost.
Steve, go ahead.
Steve Wino, Associated Press. Alex, the whole world's been talking about this. Like, hockey's been talking about. You got people, CNN, all of that. What's it been like to kind of bring so much joy to hockey and everything by being a part of this?
Yeah, it's great. It's great for a game. You know, it's great for DC, is great for Washington, it's great for us to be involved in for this moment, and you know, I'm pretty sure right now in DC it's something's crazy happening because yeah, but and especially at home in Russia, like right now, people celebrate, people, you know, happy, and yeah, I'm just happy to be part of it, and yeah.
Up front, Dan.
Dan Rosen, NHL.com. Alex, John Carlson had the assist on 894. Tom Wilson had it on today, the first assist. And Nick Backstrom's in the building. You played the most games with those three guys. Is it kind of fitting, and what does that mean to you that those two guys had assists on those two goals, and Nick is here?
Yeah, as soon as I saw Nicky, you know, like I just want to cry. And we hold and because he was such a big part of my success, and we growing up together. We play together. We've been in so many different situations together, and that relationship and that moment when him and Osh being here, yeah, it's tremendous. It's support. It's always been it's always been like that, you know. Yeah, so I tell him it's your without you, like I would never reach that milestone.
Up front.
Russell Macias, Hockey Now, but what can you say about just, you know, Sorokin's kind of humility to kind of just accept he got beat, and then the Islanders themselves helping you celebrate this moment?
Yeah, we just before the game, me and Stromer talked about I never scored against him, and I think we played only like 2 games, and but you know, it's kind of historical moment. Russian score against Russian and set up the record. So it's pretty cool. He's such a great kid, and you know, my kids love him, and like, you know, so how I said, it's tremendous moment. It's tremendous day for hockey and for that sport.
Time for 2 more questions, guys. Please go ahead, Bailey.
You've played with Tom for a long time. What was that moment like when he passed the puck and you got to share it with him?
He's such a great man, and he can do whatever. He can fight. He can play all different situations, and I'm happy for him. I'm happy for Stromer. Probably Stromer, happiest guys right now in the whole world, you know, because he's crazy about the stats. He knows everything, and he just wants to be in that history.
In the back.
Yeah, David Kaplan with Fox 5. Just curious, when the power play happened, kind of what's going on in your mind, if anything? Were you anticipating that you might get an opportunity there, and just kind of, how are you processing getting ready for that?
Yeah, I think in the whole first period we have pretty good chances. He makes a pretty good saves, and it's just a situation, how I said, like game by game, shift by shift, and then we'll see what happens. And obviously it was a great pass by Tom, and I just fired it, and it went in.
Last question.
Hey, Ovi, it's Greg Wyshynski, ESPN. I don't know how much of the video you got to see, but they had a video with Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Derek Jeter, like the greats of other sports.
Be honest with you, I didn't see, but it's such a cool moment for me to have a video from legends. You know, it's going to be forever, and I'm thankful for them for that video, the messages. So how I said, it's I'm happy, and can't wait to go home. All right, thank you, guys.
Guys, head coach Mr. Carby will be here momentarily.
Was there?
I think there was. As a kid who grew up in this game, and now, as you said a couple of days ago, fortunate to be a part of all of this, to witness the moment what went through you.
Yeah, just elation and excitement, happiness. This has been, I know some people have been involved in the organization for all 20 years that Alex has been a part of it, but for me, over the last 2 years, just getting to know him, being around him, coaching him, working with him on a daily basis, and to see the progress when I first came, it was pretty far off still, but people had started to talk about the record, and I'm like, well, let's just worry about getting the next one. And as this year moved along, and as he finished last year at the goal pace he did, and the way that he started this year before he broke his leg, I mean, this was someone that you could tell right away was just so determined to get to this number and to this record and to win games. I always talk about that, of appreciating our captain and a guy that's chasing down one of the greatest individual achievements in all of sports, to be trying to do it in a winning environment, which he has this year as the leader of our team. And so just really, really happy, proud of him. And I know how much has gone into this and the training and the practices, and at 39 years old, just thrilled for him and his family.
Spencer, you've talked a little bit about this, about watching Ovi's reaction when he scores. You've scored goals in hockey, but it looks like no one on earth is happier than that guy when he scores a goal, or even when a teammate scores a goal. What is it like from the bench watching that?
You just smile every time you see, like you said, even when he doesn't score, even when he's on the bench, like you saw Ryan Leonard score his first NHL goal. I think that's a prime example of, okay, think about that situation for, he just in that game has tied the greatest record. He's not going to go out and shoot an empty netter. So he's sitting there. Ryan Leonard scores his first NHL goal, and is the happiest person in the building for Ryan Leonard. And think about what he's going through internally. If he's not out there, he's playing right wing. Ryan Leonard's playing right wing for him, and it speaks to him, but also who he is as a captain and as a leader of the happiness and joy that he has to win and to see others have success and others to score goals as well.
Speaking of happiness and joy, I haven't covered you enough to know how emotive you are on the bench, but you were letting the emotions fly after that goal happens. What is it about a moment like that, being part of a moment like that, that just kind of brings everything to the surface the way that does?
You know what it is? It's because behind the scenes, like, we've gotten all this attention as a team, and he has, over the last couple of years, but over the last couple of weeks, it has now turned into, he's right there. And for us, especially as coaches, like, we go to the hundreds and hundreds of hours that we've been trying to figure out ways to get him the next goal. And that's behind the scenes. That's frustration. That's happiness. That's long hours of like, oh my gosh, we got to figure this power play out. How are we going to who's the centerman that's going to, like, so there's just so much behind the scenes that goes into this game and trying to help set players and your team up for success. So when, as a staff, when this happens and you've been working, 80-hour weeks for the last 2 years to try to help get the next goal, it's a pretty special moment for us to celebrate. Obviously, it's an individual achievement, but for us to help him get there and see it actually come to fruition is just, you can't describe the feeling of when that puck goes in. And I will tell this story for the rest of my life, standing on the bench, and we had a perfect view, right? Because that puck comes lateral, O's coming in on the left side. And this is the true greatness of Alex Ovechkin. I saw there was nothing. I couldn't even see Sorokin, let alone netting. And he shoots that puck, and I didn't even know how it went in. I don't know how it got through all the different bodies and all the screen. There was I couldn't even see, and I saw right behind the puck, and it finds a way through and beats him short side. It's the ultimate goal scorer's goal for the greatest of all time.
You kind of talked about it a little bit. He's 39 years old. I think he has 42 goals in 61 games this year. He broke his leg. Can you?
Yeah, you can't rationalize that part of it. Tom is like, we were just talking about as a staff, like, Wayne's the greatest player to ever play the game. And Wayne was talking to us about this. He had 9 goals in his last season. Right now, he was a pass first guy. So, but at 39 years old, to be scoring at the clip that he is, almost as high as he's ever scored, even at 25, 27, 28, broken leg, all the stuff that, it's unbelievable. And that, I think that's one of the things that he'll be remembered by, is a lot of people talk about his durability as a player and not getting hurt and that. But what people will reflect on his career about, I think, will be one of the main, is how he was able to maintain a level of scoring this late into his career. That is unheard of. And, for him to, what's he at right now, 41 now? 42, and missing. He's third in the National Hockey League in scoring. Like, you're talking about Leon. It's unbelievable.
Tom said that he just about blacked out in those first 15 seconds after they scored. What do you remember from that immediate realizing the puck went in, being on the bench with everyone?
First, you're caught off guard a little bit, and then it's just pure hug as many staff members as you can, as quickly as you can, and then there's a lot of emotions running through. And for me, it's like, okay, we're back in this game. It's 2-1, and then holy, this guy just. Just did it. He just did it. And so there's a lot of things running through your head, but mostly just happiness and celebrating with our family.
Dylan sort of took us through the play a little bit, but he was talking about how the Islanders, the way they set up on the PK is a little bit different, and it was an early entry into Tom. Can you just, as a coach, take us through that play and how that puck gets there? And then, Dylan could have touched it in the middle, and he doesn't. He lets it go.
Yeah. So I'll try not to get too coachy here. 2 X's and O's. There's essentially 2 ways that penalty kills defend rushes, meaning power play entries. There's a 1-3, which we use. 90% of the teams use a F1 and then a line of 3. The Islanders are one of maybe, let's call it, I'm going to guess here, 5 teams that use a box. They use 2 forwards and 2 D. So there's more room down the walls because a 1-3, they've got 3 lanes basically filled. A 2-2, there's a little bit more room down the walls. So it's where you can kick a puck out to Tom, and Tom's got a little bit more time going down the wall. And that's how he has that time to make that lateral pass to O. And so we had, that's one of the ways to attack a box penalty kill forecheck, and they executed it to perfection.
Coach back here, what's it like watching that? I guess a 20-minute ceremony. It's Wayne's on the ice, Gary Bettman's on the ice. Wayne's wearing a Gordie Howe pin.
Yeah.
Janet gives a gift to Alex's wife, like Janet got from Gordie Howe's wife. There's a very kind of threading through the years type of moment there on the ice in real time. What are you thinking watching that take place?
Just enjoying the moment, and I always appreciate looking at his teammates and them celebrate, and because you want it. It's like I said, it's one of the biggest individual achievements in the history of sports, and so it needs to be celebrated, and you want to try to do it respectfully inside of a game that needs to be completed, and I thought the NHL did an excellent job of that. And it's hard. I frustrated about the way that the game went after that, but it's not an easy scenario that our players have just gone through over the last 72 hours of having gone through the home game, flying here yesterday, the earlier start here. Now, I'm not taking anything away from the New York Islanders because the game was at 12:30 and it started at 12:30 for them as well. So, but it's a difficult stretch for us, and for us to I thought that goal would have snowballed, and was hoping that it would create some momentum for our group, but that didn't happen.
Spencer, you talked about how happy he was the other night, for the empty net goal, and then Tom talked in the locker room about what kind of person he is, and how he's just evolved as I guess a person. You get to see him behind the scenes every day. Can you just talk about your time with him, how he's maybe changed and grown, just the stuff we don't get to see?
Yeah. As a leader, he's I think the best quality that he has as a leader, in my opinion, is Alex Ovechkin. I think John said it, but he was talking more about the play. But he's larger than life if you don't know him, and all of a sudden you're his teammate or his coach. It's Alex Ovechkin, one of the greatest of all time. He is so good at making you feel like that isn't even a part of the interaction or the relationship from the get-go. And so all of the players that come in and his teammates and the coaches, they feel so comfortable with him, coaching him, talking to him, going to dinner with him, playing cards with him, having a cold beverage with him. And that is a true, for someone that's one of the greatest of all time, that can be really, really intimidating for most of his teammates, for coaches as well. And he removes that. And so that's how I feel like a big part of why our team is such a team, and why it is so inclusive, and why guys feel so comfortable right away when they come to the Washington Capitals. And that's a pretty important thing. And I when you look at our team's success and why, and everybody talks about, like Washington, their team, like they don't have a lot of superstars or guys that are at the Four Nations tournament or any. We have a team, and we have guys that feel like they're a part of it the whole way through. And Alex is a big reason. Coaches and our culture is a part of it, but Alex as our captain is a big part of that, of making sure anybody that's inside of our walls feels a part of it and is inside the family, and he can talk to him and be he's just one of them.
Last question, please.
You mentioned earlier that you were trying to give Alex every opportunity he possibly could to add to pursue the record. Now that the pressure's off there and you have the playoffs to look forward to, does the approach change, or you just keep on doing it because he is one of the hottest hands in the game?
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's something that we'll talk about as a staff of utilization, and now that matchups, because you can see there's a game inside the game, and that's mostly what I've spent the last 2 years behind the scenes figuring out, is in our game plan, is like what are teams trying to do and what is Patrick Roy, or what are they trying to do? And so tonight they were trying to pick on Stromer's line against Bo Horvat. And so I'm trying to move him around to make them have to start all these different things. And so it's something that we will look at. And that's my job to, again, since I got this, since I came to Washington, it's my job to put Alex in advantageous situations on the ice. And whatever that looks like, Ozone starts against their fourth line off of icings, and that's what we'll get to work on, figuring out what that looks like post-record and what that looks like going into the playoffs.
All right. Thanks, Gordon.
Thanks.